Town goal here, so Callahan's men is now moving back into position. Hope running over there. Mike Cotter heading for the right corner back position. Connor Cooney, the experienced Connor Cooney on his right there is Patrick Donlan as well, waiting for the action. Aidan O'Gorman lining out a centre half back here, and again in the middle of the field, Rory McGann just coming back here. Your first final thought from you, Tommy.
Yeah, again, you'd say, Sixmilebridge favourites. We're just looking out here. The Bridge haven't really taken up their positions. They're on the field for the start of the match, okay, but it's the usual bit of mayhem before the throw-in. I suppose there'll be a scatter on the players and see who'll pick them up, and it's all part of the game. Just a note there, I suppose, usually the pre-match parade, can bring out some, anxious moments for players. None today, I suppose, in the year that's in it. So I suppose, we missed the Tulla pipe bend, and they'll be back again.
Absolutely, will be. Brendan, looking at the formation, the full forward line is out in the half forward line. The half forward line is in the half forward line. That means there's 6 players right across the 65.
Yeah, and it's usually a tactic the Sixmilebridge apply at the start of the game. They try to maybe win possession from the throw and then hit a ball in over the top and hope that boys run into space, and there might be a goal scoring opportunity. But you can see the Mills are keeping their lads back, so probably a wise decision from McCallan's Mills.
The referee getting this game up and running here, the county final of 2020, once again out in the middle of the field. Niall Malone, first line ball going in the Sixmilebridge direction. Pam O'Reilly, the man waiting for the ball. Everybody moving back. Rory McGann was the man. Niall Malone is the man on the sideline. Shane Amori is the man placing this ball. Ronan Cahill is out in Vancouver, tuned into our game this afternoon, wishing the Bridge lads all the best of luck. Not quite sure what time it's over there. Paulie Fitzpatrick waiting behind, but Shane Amori cutting the ball right into the centre, but it's going to be tidied up by the man himself, Conor Henry, whipping the ball up to Gary Cooney on the far side of the field. Paulie Fitzpatrick is up there as well, trying to strike that out to the middle of the field. Barry Fitzpatrick it is, from way out the field. That's the opening score. What an opening score it is. Gary Cooney, far side of the field, whipping that one over the bar. First attack, first point on the board.
Yeah, great start. We know what Gary Cooney, the threat he brings, and again, Barry Fitzpatrick looks like he's taking up a man marking role on him, so big expectations of a Cooney and Crehan.
Puck out once again to the far side of the field, up to go for it. Alex Morey going up the highest, coming down with the ball, about to be challenged, whipping the ball out to the middle of the field. Once again they go for it. The ball breaks out, comes to Cahill Malone. He's been chased right through the centre. He's still going over on this side, goes to the ground. It's going to be a free in. Lively start here in this county championship final. Alex Morey, first opportunity of the afternoon here from the 20 metre line. They don't come much hand there, but we'll say no more on this occasion as the ball coming out to the far side. Barry Fitzpatrick keeping an eye. Gary Cooney on the far side of the field. That will mean that Noel Purcell looks like a man that's picking up the full back position, Brendan.
Yes, Sil, yeah, look at it, just trying to figure out a couple of the matchups here. Looks like that Paddy Fitzpatrick is on Aidan Fall, so that's like for like in relation to physicality. Jamie seems to have gone out to the middle of the field. Shane Amori's picking up Brian Donlan at centre half back, so slowly but surely begin to see the matchups.
Puck out is passed out to Patrick Donlan on the far side of the field, but the ball just going out over the line. The puck out coming straight from Killian Nugent, who's celebrating his 22nd birthday, and that's on Tuesday. I have a funny feeling if the Mills lift the Canon Hamilton birthday could go on for a good few days. But back on the far side of the field, it's going to be a line ball. Shane Amori gone from one side of the field to the other to take this line ball, chops it into the centre, but it's won back, and again it's been taken up by Sean Cotter up again to the corner, trying to find Colin Crehan is up there. The ball coming off the leg of Noel Purcell out over the line, and Brian Carey's got line ball on the far side of the field, and now lining up to take it in around the house. Cameron Morey just minding the house at the moment. Colin Crehan about to take this one. He has done it before, could do it again. Will he go for the score as the ball chopping into the centre, chopping a ball? He has gone for it, he sends it in, and the ball goes to the right of the goal, and it goes wide. On the clock it says coming up to 3 minutes gone here, and the sides are level at 1 point apiece, Tom.
Yeah, again, no real pattern to the play. The Bridge won't be phased. The Mills looks like they're holding their 6 defenders in place, so they're going to play in their own game.
And it's Aidan O'Gorman getting the ball out to Niall Donovan. Niall Donovan is striking again that diagonal ball, finding Colin Crehan, whipped out of his hand by Pam O'Reilly, getting the ball away, and the young man coming away with this ball out to Shane Amori, again placing that ball on the far side of the field. Alan O'Reilly trying to come in, about to be challenged there by Conor Henry in the middle of the field. Again the referee deemed it was a free. It's going to be a foul, and it's going to be a free in once again again for the Bridgemen and for Alex Morey. Dead on, well, I was going to say dead on the 65-metre line. It's about 66 metres out. Joe Mullins pointing exactly to the spot where Alex Morey is going to place this ball at the moment outside the 65-metre line. There is a point each on the board. Alex Morey with his second attempt of the afternoon, landing this one in. The ball goes in, but it goes to the right of the goal and it goes wide. 1 point apiece, Tom.
Yeah, again, for Alex, I mean, that was, well scoreable, but unfortunately, he's wide, so Mills on the attack again.
On the attack again, is going from one Cooney to another, from Connor to Gary, and he's been fouled. There's going to be a free on the 20-metre line. Once again, great work. Gary Cooney, he's coming right into it. He's just getting dug into the game at a very, very early stage, and a huge player for the Mills.
Yeah, and again, we know the potential he has, but sometimes, he doesn't get that supply, but today there seemed to be a focus. Maybe the Bridge may have concentrated on Colin Crehan, but Cooney, we know what he has. He's a quick dash at pace, and he has an eye for a goal. So good start for Crehan, the free taker.
Yeah, again, standing on a 20-metre line on the board, it says 1 point apiece. 4.5 minutes gone here in the park, and it's going to be Colin Crehan once again about to strike this one. It's high, it's dropping in. The umpire comes out. Is he going for the white flag? Yes, he is. He raises the white flag, and the Mills go into a 2 points to 1 lead. Out to Brian Carey, down to Paddy Fitzpatrick, about to be challenged by Aidan Fall, out over the line, and it's going to be a line ball right down here in front of us, under the eyes of the management from O'Callaghan's Mills. Donnacha O'Donnell, of course, again is taken by Shane Morey. Back it goes to Derek Fahey. Derek Fahey placing this ball, sending the Bridge on the attack down to this side of the field. Challenge down there, again trying to win that ball as Conor Cooney comes out to Brian Carey. Brian Carey out to the far side of the field. Brian Curry high, and Brian Curry sends it over the bar once again, collecting the ball. Carey was the man that started it. Brian Curry was the man that finished it. 2 points apiece here on the board it is, with 5.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, Curry was very impressive the last day. When the Bridge needed scores, himself and Lucknan came up with it. For a young lad, great responsibility. Good start for him.
And it's Ellen Mulready still going through with the ball, whipping it back to Cathal Malone. Malone being challenged out there by Niall Donovan from way out the field. It's high, it's dropping in, and it's dropping straight over the bar. Once again, 3 points to 2. Cathal Malone putting the Bridge back at the early stage of this game, but coming up once again, looking at the clock, almost 6. Kenny Nugent once again with the short puck out to Conor Cooney, looking up, draining the ball right down the centre. Brilliant ball to Aidan O'Gorman. Aidan O'Gorman dropping it right in around the house, up to go for right in the edge of the square, but it just pulled out of the hand of Colin Crehan back there. He was right on the edge of the square. Shane Morey is back there. He's tidying up, trying to place this ball down in front of Colin Malone. He does that, gets it into his hand, challenged by Conor Henry, close to the line. Great work down there. Brian Donnelly coming in with it as well. Picked up outside the middle of the field by Jason Lucknan. Lucknan going in, running into traffic. Cayman Morey is there as well, playing away for it. Ball going on over the line. It's going to be a line ball. Fantastic down there on the sideline. Both sides really fired up for this county senior hurling final. Baden Fall standing right there. Great challenge. Brian Donnelly coming in there, trying to calm things down in the middle of the field. Alex Morey about to take the line ball. Scoreboard 3 points to 2. The Bridge leading here by the odd point in 5. Coming up to take it. Jarlath Donlan is there as well. Coming down here to this side of the field. Again, Alex Morey whipping the ball right all the way across the field from one side to the other, looking and finding Pam Mulready. Pam Mulready is down there. He kind of whips the ball into Shane Morey. Shane Morey selling the dummy, trying to get through to the centre. He does that, gets inside, strikes the ball from way out the field. It's high, it's dropping in, and it's dropping over the bar. What's now become the familiar runs of Shane Morey from the back, lending it over the bar. 4 points to 2, Brendan. What a lightning start.
Yeah, huge score from Shane Sill. Yeah, great start to the game. The Mills seem to be happy with playing, keeping their 6 defenders at the back. The Bridge have 4 forwards, so 6 against 4 here. You can see the Mills half forward line are withdrawn, and there's loads of space in front of the Mills full forward line. So it's an intriguing tactical battle so far still, but both teams really up for it here, and a great start to the game.
Rory McGann is down on the sideline at the moment. He's Jarlath Donlan is the 4th official. Rory McGann having a word with Donnacha O'Donnell, the O'Callaghan's Mills manager, down on the sideline at the moment. And in fairness, I was talking to him last Saturday night in the clubhouse in Kilkishen, and a fantastic clubhouse it is, and Dundalk just giving so much responsibility to the players, but at the moment just referee Rory McGann just having a board with him. Everything is going to calm down. It's going to go back to Killian Nugent inside the goal, Tommy.
Yeah, I suppose there's it's probably Jack Charlton used to say a bit of silly buggers going on the sideline between the management, not the way we haven't seen before.
Absolutely. Mike Cotter with the ball back into the zone. It goes trying to get that ball into his hand. It's Aidan forward, but being challenged out there to the middle of the field, trying to win the ball back. Jacob Lucknan arrives trying to get it. Now it falls out of his hand, still trying to win the ball in the middle of the field. Brian Donlan is there trying to move the ball. It goes out over the line, and again it's going to be a line ball on the far side of the field. Joe Mullins has the flag up in the air, not quite sure what direction he's waving it in. Now we do. Pat Donlan is going to take this one, and again there's the Aidan Fall, I think, the sound injured on the 65-metre line.
Yeah, I think Paddy Fitzit came out and he sidestepped him, and I think there was a purely accidental collision. Unfortunately, it looks like he's come out the worst of it, and we hope that it's not that serious. I suppose injuries like that, anything above the shoulder, the neck or the head, I suppose has to be treated with the utmost caution. So I don't think there was anything in it. Rory McGann isn't looking for anyone, and let's just hope for the player's sake that he can resume.
Again looking down here to the far side of the field, again looking back down behind the goals. Brendan, we're looking down there, everybody being moved away from the back of the goal. Still Aidan Fall receiving treatment. Donald Cooney is down there as well, one of the backroom team, and now receiving treatment at the moment. Again, the pattern of play, it'll slowly develop over a while. It took a while for the pattern, but again, very open in certain parts of the field.
Yeah, it seems to be very open, I suppose, in both full back lines, but there is a congestion of bodies in around the middle of third, and I think for a team to break through, they have to be really, really good at the running game, and in fairness to Mills, in their previous games, they have been really, really good at that, and a lot of their scores have come from frees, but you have to win those frees, and you have to work hard to win those frees, and you have to be on the ball yourself, or else make runs, in order to win those. So, yeah, the game is just about settling down. The matchups, Paddy, as I said, has gone on Aidan Fall. Shane has gone in centre back. The Mills, as we said, they're happy to keep two free guys at the back. And their half forward line are withdrawn, picking up the loose men that are going out. So it makes for a lot of space in both full forward lines.
Patrick Donlan, the man who lifted the cup, of course, in 2013, one of the greatest moments, one of the many few moments in Clare hurling. Of course, Brendan Bugler, so much a central part of that. He's the man that takes the line ball, and the man that gets it at the end of it all is Mike Cotter to the far side of the field. Alan O'Reilly waiting for the ball to go over the line. It's going to be a line ball on the far side of the field. Jacob Linnan is over there, the man who turned up trumps the last day out with some superb scores. Jason Lucknan is on it at the moment. There's Jacob, there's Jason from two different clubs in the middle of the field. Paddy Fitzpatrick is on the ball, whipping it into the centre. Once again, the referee is penalising the Millsmen. It's going to be a free in the middle of the field, and it's going to be Alex Morey that'll line up to take it, Tommy.
Yeah, again, I just thought that maybe the play could have developed there. Now, there was originally a free, but I think the Bridge had possession. So, just going back to what Brendan said, usually when you look up the field, you play the conventional way. The Bridge are switching the play from one side to the other, where they always have a runner coming on, and sometimes defenders, can get caught out. They're watching the ball, and someone like Shane O'Morey is bombing up on the far side. So the Mills are just going to have to be careful with that. It's not where the ball is, it's where the ball is going to.
Absolutely. A special word of thanks once again to our good friends at Blossoms on the Go, as Alex Morey sends this one in and sends it over the bar. Blossoms on the Go to Shirley and all the gang up there at Centrepoint in Hermitage for their very kind sponsorship once again this afternoon. From the stick of Alex Morey, Sixmilebridge go into a 5-2 lead here as the ball goes into the middle of the field. Poked out, 11 and a half gone, picked up by Pam Mulready, challenged by Jacob Lucknan, goes out over the line, and it's going to be a very good opportunity for Colin Crehan to go on the far side of the field. He's already there waiting for this ball, waiting for this line ball, and just as I said it, is he going to leave it to Gary Cooney? Again, it's going to be, let's see what's going to happen on the far side. No, it's going to be Colin that's going to take this one on the far side of the field, inside the 45-metre line. Derek Fahey back in around the houses, Cayman Morey just on the edge of the square, and once again Colin could go for this one. He's looking at the options. Important to keep this ball in play. Is he going to go for it? He's going to chip it in. Now it goes into the centre. He could put it in many places, but not there. Right into the hands of Shane O'Morey. Shane O'Morey setting up a Sixmilebridge attack from the stick of Alan Mulready across to this side of the field. Tremendous walk back there to the far side, picked up there. Conor Cooney is there, being challenged out there in the middle of the field by Shane Golden, but he gets room to strike it. Set up a Mills attack into the middle of the field. Jason McNair is trying to chase that one for the Bridgeman, but it goes back to Cayman Morey. He's being challenged by Conor Henry. Whips play across to the far side of the field. Ella Murray being chased by Pat Donlan, trying to keep the ball in play. It's close to the line. It goes out over the line. It's going to be a line door for Patrick Donlan and for the Mills on the far side of the field. Inside their own 65-metre line here. 5 points to 2 on the board. The Bridge lead by 3, Tommy.
Yeah, and I think, the Mills just will have to be that bit, we're at the water break now, I think, away. Or is there a hold up? There's an injury down here to Conor Cooney down onto our right-hand side here.
You might be looking for the water break. There's only 30 minutes gone.
Exactly. Yeah, no. I mean, I think, the Mills are going to have their distribution up to their forwards are going to have to be better. The Bridge have lots of bodies back there. As Brendan has said, the Mills are keeping 6 set backs back here. Maybe 1 or 2 of them should come into the midfield to take a ball. They are very stationary back there. Whereas up front, the Bridge have lots of bodies. Cayman Morey, he plays that role, superbly. So the distribution from the Mills is going to have to be crucial.
Absolutely is. Again, everybody back in their feet here in the park as well at the moment. Is going to be a line ball from Patrick Donlan into the space that goes, but Shane Morey once again is there, tidying up out to Pam Mulready in his own 45-metre line, running into traffic, challenged out there outside in the middle of the field. Gary Cooney is out there as well, but once again the referee is going back and deemed it's going to be a free out once again for the Bridgemen inside their own 65 or closer to nearly just outside their own 45. Derek Fahey going back to pick the ball, running into the space right down here. Aidan Ford being chased down there. Right in the middle is Niall Donovan there, just on the edge of the 20-metre line. You'd expect the ball to go very, very near, if not past Killian Nugent at this stage, but let's see what happens. Right on the edge of the square, Paulie Fitzpatrick being challenged down there by Conor Cooney, just waiting. Aidan O'Gorman again there manning the centre half-back position. The ball comes across to this side of the field, goes out over the line. It's going to be a line ball for the Bridge once again, this time right outside, just outside it, about 30 metres out from the corner flag. Shane Golden is going to be Alex Moy that'll take it, and again he's one of those lads that's capable of sending this ball over the bar, just like Colin Crehan at the other end of the field. Shane Golden was going to take a fast one, now he's going to leave it. Everybody moving back here to the middle of the field. Kieran Cooney moving back over there, trying to keep an eye on things. Now he whips the ball across from one side of the field to the other, running into space is Shane Morey, trying to pick that ball up. Again Measure tries to get it out, goes over the head of Jamie Shannon. Pam O'Reilly picking it up, again looking up for the Bridgemen. Into the centre it goes, trying to get that breaking ball. Now it comes out to Sean Cotter. Sean Cotter with a dangerous ball in around the house, waiting for Gary Cooney has the ball in his hand, going right through the centre. Will he get around the strike? He does it. He sends it over the bar. Once again he was on the edge of the square. The danger is there, no doubt about that. That ball could have gone anywhere. It's 5 points to 3 here, with the clock telling us 15 and a half minutes gone. We thought it might be the water break at this particular stage. Derek Fahey's going to take the puck out to Noel Purcell. Noel Purcell putting the ball on the stick, back out to the middle of the field to Cayman Morey, to Forrest Fitzpatrick, about to be challenged by Brian Donlan. And both of them, their grandfather Stephen Donlan was part of the Mills team that won the last championship 83 years ago. Into the middle of the field, now it's back to Brian Donlan again. He has the opportunity. Will he sell the dummy? He goes for a long dangerous ball, dropping down right on the edge of the square, but it's going to bounce out over the in line, and it's going to go wide. The water break has surely arrived in the park at this particular stage. It's 5-3 on the scoreboard, and Rory McGann is in no hurry to send the teams in for the drink of water. Now he is. He must have been listening to us down on the line. It's the first of the water break. It's 5-3, Brendan.
Yeah, Sil, yeah, and look at the Mills had a great goal chance there from Gary. There aren't too many teams that have created too many goal chances against the Bridge this year. Gary had a chance there, Colin Cregan had a chance before where Aidan O'Gorman hit a high ball in, and Brian Carey just lost his man for a split second. If he'd caught it, more than likely it was a goal. So the Mills have had 2 goal chances, and you just feel like you'd wonder if they're going to get chances like that again, Sil.
Absolutely, Tommy.
Yeah, goal chances in finals, I think there have been 2, more than 50-50 chances, particularly Gary Cooney's one. I think, maybe, had he gone down, would it have been a penalty? But he stood on his feet and had got the shot off, and again, it was probably, if it was down, it was a goal. He took the score, but that threat is there. I just feel that the Mills need to, bring those 2 players in with the best quality ball, put it in front of them, force the defenders then into asking questions of the 2 cornerbacks. Will I foul him, or will he let him take him on and suffer the consequence? So, that threat is there. it's not so much down. I think the Bridge are quite happy to take their shots from the middle third. But again, it's the distribution from the Mills and their use of the ball to free up the man to get that good ball into the inside line.
Absolutely, there's no question about that. We just briefly, we look back over the history of some of the finals. We said the 2020 championship would be a very unusual one. Other unusual things happened in the senior hurling championship down through the century. In 1926, teams were knocked out of the championship after being deducted points for not arriving on time for the game. That won't happen for quite a while. Tommy, was that back in your time as well? O'Callaghan's Mills won the title and not the match the first day in 1920.
We had no clocks back then. We used to do the sundial.
Absolutely. 1920, the Mills won the title, but not the match the very first day. Objections ruled, and again, at the end of it all, the Mills were awarded the title after a walkover from the Innistalls. Back into the middle of the field here, and Donnock O'Donnell, Brendan, will be thrilled to get the players back in with 15 minutes gone.
Yeah, absolutely, Sil. Yeah, but they're still only 2 points behind. But I think both teams can be relatively happy with their start still. The Bridge have a distinct pattern to their play. They're trying to work it to the middle, and they're trying to hit the crossfield ball. They've hit it quite a few few times in the first 15 minutes. And I think, from the Mills, they just have to be aware of that.
It's going to be Derek Fahey to resume the play on the scoreboard. It says almost 19 minutes gone here. Again, the usual add on to 12 or 14 minutes to half-time break. Ball going back into the centre. Jerry Cooney is back there trying to come up with the ball. He's ably assisted by Aidan Fall. Back into the middle of the field. Aidan O'Gorman running this one, setting up an attack to the fast line. Sean Cotter running onto this one. And again, he's been challenged by Noel Purcell. And Sean Cotter whipping a ball in. Caelan Murray coming out for it, jumping into it, challenging the ball. He's been fouled to the referee, and it's going to be a free once again. Back in their own line at the moment on the far side of the field. It's going to be a free from deep inside the half. Referee rolling again telling players looking around there, players on the ground at the moment coming away with it. It's going to be a free from deep inside the half, trying to get that ball inside that central line where Caelan Moore is going to fill that pocket all day long, Tommy.
Yeah, it's there. It's not just appeared today. Everyone knows that it's there, and that's why I'm saying the distribution has to be better. It has to be, a lot faster. Otherwise, Caelan Murray will use all his experience and he'll mop it up. And now he'll counter-attack with the Bridge.
It's Derek Fahey with the free. Once again, landing this one down around the 13-metre line. Let's see who'll jump the highest for it. Ball batted into the centre. It's going to be picked up and tidied up by Aidan O'Gorman coming out with it. His father Joe lined out at centre half-back for the Clare Miners in Croke Park in 89. Up to the middle of the field, been challenging out there, trying to get that ball back into the hand. And Colin Green is on the run, whipping a brilliant ball into the middle of the field, being challenged down there, ball going to the ground, and it is the middle of the field being picked up there. It is Gary Cooney going to the ground, winning the free, dead straight in front of the goal. Out to the far side is Kieran Cooney that ran out to the middle of the field. He's the man that won the ball, took it from Colin Green. He's the man on the ball at the moment. Brilliant by the man wearing 8 out in the middle of the field, took the challenge to the Bridge defence, now winning the free. Right now there is 2 between them before Colin Crehan stands over this one, about to strike it very, very shortly. Surely he will. He sends the ball straight over the bar and halfway from here to Ina as the ball has landed. 1 between them, and the clock once again on the scoreboard saying 21 minutes gone. Your commentary compliments of Blossoms on the go. Garden Centre in Hermitage in Ennis. Out to Shayna Murray once again taking off, chased by Aidan Fall. Out it comes to this side of the field from way off in the stick of Cathal Malone, dropping in. Superb score from Cathal Malone, winning the ball on the sideline, coming down along, striking from about 55 metres out. It's 6 points to 4 in the park. The Bridge lead by 2.
Just on down there, 2 Mills players, 1 to the 1 Bridge player. The Mills are very anxious to get the tackles in first. They just need to be that bit more cautious, and not to commit too many lads to the tackle.
Alan O'Reilly running into traffic on the far side of the field, waiting for that ball, trying to roll it into the hand, and doing that on the far side of the field, whipping it away. Now trying to come away with it. Gary Cooney on the ball, trying to get into the centre goal. Conor Henry coming onto this one, again being blocked down as he went for the ball. Jamie Shanahan in there trying to get it away. Jacob McNan is waiting for it. Now the ball is released out to Noel Purcell. Noel Purcell just topping the ball, coming across to Brian Corrie. Brian Corrie looking around, taking a strike from out the field. It's high, it's dropping in, and it's dropping straight over the bar for the stick of Brian Corrie. He's second of the afternoon here, and as we look at the clock, there's 22 minutes gone, Brendan. It's 7 points to 4.
Yeah, some look a great composed hurler from the Bridge. The last 2 scores they've got. The second last one, Derek all the way out to Brian, and they worked the ball up along to Cathal Malone. It was a super score, and like that, they're trying to hit the measured ball, the precise ball, and take the shots from 45 or back. They're happy to score from distance. distance.
Paced out by Jason Lucknan, once again down the bridge on the attack. Shane Gold in the middle of the field, about to be challenged out there outside by Mike Cotter, whipping down along the line. Will he strike it from way out? He does. What's the accuracy like as he sends this one in? And the umpire that's coming is waving their hands as the ball goes to the left of the goal as we look at it. Conor Henry taking the ball from the fast puck out from Killian Nugent. Back to Aidan O'Gorman, about to strike it, whipping the ball into the wide open space. Now it's a brilliant ball won by Kieran Cooney, trying to come through Colin Crehan, and Colin Crehan sends it over the bar. What a brilliant ball, just snapped the ball out of the air and sent it over the bar. 7 points to 5 it is here with 23 minutes gone.
Yeah, I keep repeating myself, if they can get the ball in there, they have two aces in there, small, light, fast, they can get the player turn it on. It looks like Rory McGann now is having a word with
Brian Carey. He's just having a word.
I think.
Just on that there, Tommy, I think from a Sixmilebridge point of view now, they need to get their full four line out quicker on the Mills puck out. You can't leave a player like Aidan O'Gorman free for a quick puck out because he's an excellent striker of the ball, and you've just seen it there with the quality of the ball he did to Cathal Green.
Yeah, and again, I suppose the Bridge commit a lot of players into the middle towards, which nearly gives the Mills that puck out. So look, it's something they're going to have to watch.
And it's Paddy Fitzpatrick taking the ball from the puck out, down along the line, down to the middle of the field to Cathal Malone, taking the shoulder, challenge down there outside at the moment by Aidan O'Gorman. Aidan Fall coming in, again giving away the free. It's going to be a free outside the 65 metre line, and it's going to be Alex Morey that'll stand over it again. This one about Niall Malone standing right on the spot, right on the 65 metre line, about to strike this one again. Instructions going left and right down on the sideline at the moment, trying to get the ball away. It's going to be Alex Morey that's going to stand right over this one, just inches outside the 65 metre line, about to strike this one. He does that. Is there a tail on it? It's going to be very, very close. Let's see what happens just inside the post as he sends the ball straight over the bar. It's now 8 points to 5 with 24 minutes gone in the first half, Tom.
Yeah, I'm just looking at, I think the Mills management are getting caught into battles that they don't need to get caught into. Just concentrate on the game and see what's really happening, and give that information and know-how to the players.
Hey, Conor Henry getting the ball for the Mills, going right through, being chased down there. He's still holding on to the ball. He's looking for support. He turns around, trying to get room to strike it, sends it in. He's been fouled, and it's going to be a free in for the O'Callaghan's Millsmen just on the 20 metre line. We saw him in action the last day. He got wounded, a fantastic goal. Talk about composure against Ballier in the semi-final clash. He's the man that won the ball in the middle of the field, had a bit of work to do, kept at it and won the free just outside the 20 metre line. Rory McGann just standing on the spot now, leaving the spot, pointing it out here to the world handball champion on many, many occasions is Colin Crehan, about to strike this one. The scoreboard right now, 8 points to 5. A puck of a ball between them, and again a 3 points between them. Surely he does, and Colin Crehan landing the ball straight over the bar once again. It's back to a 2-point lead for the Sixmilebridge men as we head into the 25 and a half minutes on the clock, Brendan.
Yeah, the game is on again now. Short puck out again. The Mills, are conceding those short puck outs to the Bridge.
And it comes out to Noel Purcell. Noel Purcell taking the ball from Barry Fitzpatrick into the centre to Jamie Shannon. Jamie Shannon picks up the ball, lands the ball on the far side of the field. Oh, the ball just going in over the head of the Millsmen out to the far side. Out to Ellen Mulready, being challenged out there outside, trying to get the ball away, striking the ball from out the field. A ball going across the goal, and it's going wide. The referee has called the playback. It's going to be a free in for the Sixmilebridge men on the far side of the field, and it's going to be Alex Morey again that'll stand over this one.
Yeah, it could have been worse, because I think, in fairness, Mike Cotter came out, just misjudged the height and the distance that ball was coming, and it ran in behind it. There was 2 Bridge defenders in, and I think you had a good free to give away, I think.
Let's see what happens. It's 8-6 on the scoreboard at the moment. Alex Morey about to take this one very, very shortly outside the 20 metre line, lands the ball in and sends the ball straight over the bar. 9-6 on the scoreboard it is here. 26 and a half minutes gone here in the 2020 County Senior Hurling Championship final here in Cusack Park. The birthday boy on Tuesday with the puck out is Killian Nugent, landing the ball in the 45 metre line. It's a breaking ball. It's picked up out there and whipped into the centre. Now it's running onto the middle of the field. It's Kieran Cooney. He's still going through, trying to get that ball back into his hand, but it dribbles out right into the hands of Paddy Fitzpatrick, and the Bridge tidy up out to Pam Mulready. Pam Mulready looking up, landing the ball across to this side of the field, looking for Brian Curry. Ball falls into his hand, about to strike it. That's superb from Brian Curry. Is it inside the post? Oh, that's one of the best points you'll see in Cusack Park today. A superb score from Brian Curry. Ball bounced in front of him inside the 65 metre line, just turned around on his sixpence and popped the ball straight over the bar. Nothing, in fairness, Niall Donovan could have done about about that one, Brendan?
Yeah, superb score from Brian. You know, he was slow enough to announce himself in this year's championship, but by God, the last 2 days he's been outstanding so far today, and he was excellent the last day as well. So great start for Brian.
Ball running into the middle of the field. The Bridge once again on the attack, down to this side of the field, about to be challenged again, taking control of it is Conor Cooney, facing his own goal, turning around here, looking around, and again getting the clearance into the middle of the field. Noel Purcell is the man that's coming out to win this ball. He does that, places the ball down to Alex Morey. Niall Donovan is a great work back there on the far side. Great work by Jerry Cooney, coming over the ball, is trying to strike it, but the ball goes out over the line from the stick of Niall Donovan, and it's going to be a line ball right down here in front of us. And let's see who's lining up to take it. Again looking down, again Rory again coming over here. Alex Morey about to take this one, again getting a whisper in his ear from the referee. Rory again as well. Again, your commentary compliments of our good friends at Blossoms on the Go, and again been with us right throughout the championship. Alex Morey with the line ball into the centre goal, but it's tidied up by Huron Cooney into the middle of the field, setting up a Mills attack out to this side of the field. It's a brilliant win ball by Colin Crehan from way out the field. Oh, that goes in and that goes over the bar. What a fantastic score. We spoke about Brian Curry just a few moments ago. Colin Crehan has easily matched it with that superb strike from out here on the sideline. Scoreboard 10-7. The clock will tell us 28 and a half minutes gone. It's out to Cathal Malone. He's trying to win that ball. Sixmilebridge on the attack, but it's back into the middle of the field. Jerry Cooney should have control of it. Gets it back to his goalkeeper Killian Nugent. Killian Nugent to the far side of the field, getting a brilliant ball out to Jacob Lookday. Just falls out of his hand. Will he get a second chance to win that ball? Conor Henry's out there in the middle of the field, but it's tied up by Jason Lookday. For the Bridgemen up along the line, up to Shane Golden. Shane Golden about to put the ball on the stick, strikes the ball. Great block down by Conor Cooney. Back into the centre goal, still trying to win that ball. Now it dribbles out. Brian Curry trying to whip it out to Shane O'Morey. Can he get control of it? He does. Whip through the centre. Now he's going right through the centre. Now he's gone left to right. A shot, and he sends the ball straight over the bar. Referee has called the playback. It's going to be a free on the 20-metre line, dead straight in front of the goal. Not quite sure what that was about, but it was the free, and there's no doubt about that. The ball went over the bar, Tommy, so he's called the ball playback. It looks like it's just going to be a free.
Yeah, and again, you know, I thought the rule was to let him go, maybe, and the fact that it went over the bar, he should just, you know, play on. But just, we're watching the game now, 30 minutes in. Just the first time I saw Brian Donlan, and Brian Donlan has been inside his own 21. I think he committed the free back there. He's been very influential for the Mills to date, but today he seems to be playing, you know, the game is playing around him rather than it going through him. So I think the Mills will need to get him onto the ball and get him involved in the action.
And it's Morey sending the ball over the bar. Brendan Bushbury win 11 points to 7 is here. 30 minutes on the clock, Brendan.
Just following on from that there, Tommy, the way the Mills are playing with their half-forward line so withdrawn, it's allowing Shane to get forward more and more, and he's 2 points on the board there now. Okay, that one wasn't, but he seems to be getting forward a lot more today than he has other games.
And Conor Henry catching the ball from the puck out, going right through the centre, still going, but again the ball whipped out of his stick. Brian Donlan coming onto this ball, trying to get it back into his hands on the far side. Jacob Lookdan is there as well on the far side of the field, looking down here. All the action at one end of the field, there's action at the other end as well, but we'll keep an eye on this one. On the far side, still got ball going nowhere since the referee Rory again, and it's going to be a throw ball very, very shortly. One of the Bridgemen down there is Brian Curry that's down on the other side of the field, and Rory McGann will make his way down to speak to the linesman or the umpires very, very shortly. Let's see what happens. It's going to be a throw ball on the Sixmilebridge 45-metre line, but at the moment one of the players just receiving treatment. Rory McGann just the hands on the hips at the moment on a scoreboard 11-7.
I don't think he's looking to talk to anyone, or he is aware that something may have happened. I don't think he's linesmen or his umpires. It looks like Niall Malone is talking into his collar there, which says that he saw nothing. No umpire below has their hand out to get the referee's attention. Look, at something happened, but it'll remain a mystery.
Absolutely. Rory McGann still waiting for every play to resume. Shauna Corbett is tuned into us all the way from London, and Mary Burke is tuned into us all the way from Kilkishen this afternoon, and Megan Cusick is celebrating her 21st birthday. I can't believe it's 21 years ago since she was born, but it is. So happy birthday there to Megan, and the very, very best of wishes to Tommy McMahon. And Tommy, of course, an out-and-out Millsman, not just feeling the best at the moment, so we wish him the very, very best here. He's tuned in and anxiously waiting for the 60-minute mark here for the Mills to capture the title. At the moment they're 4 behind here with 32 minutes on the clock here. We didn't see the additional time, but I didn't see the additional time down there. 4 minutes of additional time it was. It's going to be Shane O'Morey with this line ball, and down along the line to the middle of goal. It goes out to Jamie Shannon, about to be challenged by Conor Henry, but gets the puck away into the wide open space. Facing his own goal is Jerry Cooney, but it's Alan O'Reilly that grabs the ball and lands the ball straight over the bar from the stick of Alan O'Reilly. It's 12 points to 7 here, and we're very, very close to the half-time whistle. Ball coming out. Jacob looked down for the Mills. Then again around the square. Derek Fahey puts up the hand and grabs the ball out of it. Now he has time to look up, placing the ball across to the far side. Pat Donlan should be under this one. He is. And again coming down along to this side of the field, whipping the ball into the centre, out to his brother Brian, linking up with the 1-2, but again that ball going astray, and it's Pam O'Reilly. They're whipping the ball into the space. A ball going in. Alex Morey going up, trying to get his hands on it. He does get support out from Cathal Malone, and Malone has the easiest of opportunities in the park as he sends the ball over the bar. It's 13 points to 7 here with 33 minutes gone, and Rory McGann again looking at the watch outside in the middle of the field, Brendan.
Yeah, still, look at the Bridge are playing some great stuff. They seem to be getting their scores an awful lot easier than our Callans Mills at the moment, and Callans Mills are kind of reliant on Gary Cooney and Colin Crean for most of their scores.
And it's Noel Purcell again coming up, breaking up that attack for the Millsmen. Out to Pam O'Reilly, back into the centre to Alex Morey. Alex Morey finding himself with all the space in the world from out the field, and again coming off his stick, going to the left, and it's going wide. Rory McGann still on right in the dead centre of the field at the moment, looking at the watch once again. We're into the 34th minute, driving up along. Jacob Loughlin was running on for that ball, and again it's going to be a free on the far side of the field. It looks like it's going to be Alex Morey that will go back to take this one in his own 65 metre line, and this is an opportunity from way out the field. 13-7 on the scoreboard at the moment, and this one is just outside his own 65 metre line.
Just in the last couple of minutes, a few things are going on against the Mills. Balls going astray, probably wrong decisions on the ball. They just need to minimise those mistakes, because the Bridge are on form today. They will punish you, and Alex Morey is on the free now.
And here's a long ball from way out the field. It's dropping right into the hands of Killian Nugent. Safe hands of Killian Nugent. Out to Niall Donovan. Niall Donovan sending this ball on the attack up along to this side of the field. Up they go for Sean Cotter. Pops out of his hand. Gets the second opportunity. Takes the knock. Wins the free in the middle of the field at the moment. Leaving the ball again. Waiting for the free. Brian Donlan had made a run up along the line at the moment. And Conor Henry with the ball. Jacob Loughlin. What a huge free this is as we head into the half-time break. He was absolutely superb in the latter 15 minutes of the game against Ballyea, and this probably is his first opportunity, real opportunity of the afternoon here from a place ball in the dead centre of the field, about give or take about 10-12 metres in from the seated stand right here in front of us at the moment. And it's going to be Jacob Loughlin for O'Callaghan's Mills with 12 on his back. His father Pat, of course, was manager of the team for the previous 2 or 3 years as well, and again setting up a benchmark for this O'Callaghan's Mill side. Again, that one is going to tail well to the right, and it goes wide. 13 points to 7. The referee blows the half-time whistle here in Cusick Park, and so much to talk about. But again, overall, 6 between them, Tommy.
Yeah, and I think justifiably so. Again, we spoke about maybe in the first quarter the Mills had 2 goal chances, didn't take them, but the Bridge are very, very effective and efficient up front. A guy wins the ball. He doesn't take on the shot, with 50-50. He turns it back to the player coming through the middle third. And, time after time, they've done that. And, the Mills have bodies back there. Are they marking space, or are they marking people coming through? I think, in the last 5 or 6 minutes, the Bridge have dictated, the game. I think the Mills now are going to have to push up maybe man to man and go for it, because half-time, 6 points down, county final. It's hard to see the Mills getting it with points, but maybe they could get a goal chance, because if it crops up, but they need to take them.
Absolutely. We'll talk to Brendan very, very shortly. But again, first of all, we have to take this break. Do join us again shortly after these.
pitch side at half time is Sixmilebridge 13 points, O'Callaghan's Mills 7 points. I suppose, John Conlon, we're not totally surprised at the way the Bridge, after the Mills, good start by the Mills, a couple of early points, but the Bridge have taken control.
Yeah, look, they've come out with a massive intensity. I suppose it was a 10-7, and then the Mills made 2 or 3 mistakes, and it cost them. They gave away 2 or 3 scores there in a row, so it really pushed them out. And they were hoping then Jacob Loughnane would get that score near the end there from the free to bring them back into it. But yeah, it looks like it's the Bridges to lose now at the moment.
I suppose, Patrick, we did discuss at the start, you mentioned Shane O'Morey is one of the key men to me. He's a link to everything. Cathal Malone, Brian Corrie's come in with 2 good scores as well.
Yeah, everyone's chipping in. Like this, it's been a real team effort. Like, their use of the ball is unbelievable. Jamie Shannon gave a pass there to Alan Mull off his wrist on the run, hit it out in front of him. Like, they just don't waste any ball. They're playing as a team. And look, I suppose we questioned them all year about them not coming to the table, but they're coming to the table today, and it looks like there's only going to be one winner here unless the Mills get a goal or 2 to get back into this match.
I suppose, now to be credited to O'Callaghan's Mills, John, they've won 3 or 4 puckouts. Gary Cooney was a threat, Colin Crane's a threat. They are getting chances, but it looks like at this stage, even and not being pessimistic, a goal is probably needed, if not more, just to get him, as it did in the Ballier game. They need to get a goal very early.
Yeah, no, I think they need a great start. In fairness, like, anytime they got the ball into Colin Crane and Gary Cooney, they've looked very dangerous, and they have the beating of their men. They just need to get a lot more ball in there. I know with Cayman sitting back kind of as the extra defender, it is difficult, but they just need to really kind of get that ball in, use the ball a bit sensibly. You know, they've dropped 1 or 2 short into Derek Fahey as well, and they just need to take every scoring opportunity. And they did get 1 chance, and they will get another chance or 2. They just need to take them. Gary missed a goal chance, but look, they're still in it, but they need to just be a bit wiser and maybe push up in the puckouts a little bit more, because they have that extra man back to go for, and then the Bridge go long. The Bridge have got out 2 or 3 times down this wing and worked it out very easily and got a free and got 2 points, I think, from it. So we were just kind of saying above that they need to push out in that and really tighten up on both sharp puckouts.
I suppose, and definitely from a Mills perspective, giving frees is like Christmas Day to Alex Murray. He could finish up with 14-15 points if it continues this ratio.
Yeah, he's got 6 or 7 already. He comes to the table every day, he gets 10 or 12 points, but he doesn't miss. But he offers a lot of support from play as well. He's a target there for Derek Fahey on the puck out, him along with Cathal Malone. But I think the likes of Paddy Donlan now has to come into the game. He's obviously their leader at the back. Himself and Gorman there in the half back, and they have to drive it on and take the game by the scruff of their neck, or else the Bridge will be out of sight. But as John mentioned, the Mills have to come out of the traps in the second half, or else this game will be over.
Is there a possibility, John, that even after they playing a county final, both you've been involved in big games, is there a chance the Mills got a bit stage struck, or is it just that the Bridge are that bit in control?
I just think, look, the Bridge are very economical. They use the ball so well. You know, even myself and Patrick were saying there during the match. Every time they get a ball on this side of the field, it's like a crossfield ball on the other side, and they've hit 3 or 4 of them. Then they recycle it back to a lad that's Sturley standing in his own, hit it over the bar. Maybe the energy that was there before, from the half hour line in the last few matches from the Mills, they haven't brought that to the table today, because Shane has got up the field 2 or 3 times to get a score and even a goal chance there at the end. So they need to start tracking all those runs, working a lot more harder and going back to where they were, and maybe even on the line. There's been a lot of kind of this arguing going on the line there. Maybe just concentrating themselves and really work hard for the second half and see where it goes, and hopefully they get a good start.
I suppose on the positive side for O'Callaghan's Mills, if we want to look at them for a second, they have finished every game strong, but I suppose you don't want to see them having to be chasing 8 points with 10 or 15 minutes to go.
No, the Bridge, if the Bridge are in that position, there's only going to be one winner. But look, the Mills are side, like, and they have John mentioned they have a threat inside in Cooney and Crehan to get a goal, like, and they went in there once or twice. But if they get the ball into them, like, they have a chance of getting back into this game to via a goal. But they will need that goal to be in this game with 10 minutes to go.
That's what, John, like, if you're sitting, I always ask this question, what do you say to a management team like Derek O'Donnell and John Cooney? You have said they have got a bit, they spent maybe 10 minutes the first half getting excited in the line, and it does reflect on the team too, because the team want to just play. What would they be saying to them now? You're very much in the game, you know your finishers, what else can they get going to?
Look, county finals are there to be won, and I suppose they're here now. At half time, they've nothing to lose. They're down 5 points. Why not give it a go? Give it one hell of a go, and go for everything. And hopefully, look, they just need to get a bit more economical on the scoreboard. Every free they get, every flipping scoring opportunity they get, they have to go over. And they'll just hopefully they'll come out in the second half and give it a good game.
Yeah. I suppose you obviously you worked with the Sixmilebridge manager a couple of years. He's just going to tell them keep tipping along. There's going to be no crazy efforts there from Sixmilebridge. They know if 6 or 7 points more will probably be enough.
Yeah, they're like it's like clockwork for them. They know what they're doing. They play to a system, and John mentioned that every ball one wing back gets, it's switched. It's either played up the line or it's switched across. So like the Mills defender should take that step out. They have a sweeper there behind them to cover them. Like so, like they just play to a system, and they're so good at it. Like, but I think today they've upped their performance by 25-30% in what they've been playing, and that could be probably the difference at the end of the day. I think.
I suppose for John, I suppose before the two teams get ready to go, what do the Mills need to be with 10 minutes to go? Obviously, they'd love to be ahead. What do they need to be in contention or near scoreline?
A bit like the Ballier game, they need to be that 2 or 3 points. You know, like in the first half, they were still in the game. You know, with about 5 minutes to go there before half time, and they just let it kind of slip. They got
2 points
straight away in about a minute, and we just need to. They just need to go and do what they've been doing in the last 2 matches, and just get take every score that they've taken and just work a lot harder.
I suppose Patrick will give you the last word on it. You've been shouting the bridge since the start of the game. You've been shouting the bridge maybe since the championship started, I think. What's your final word on this? How do you think it's going to probably finish up?
Yeah, I think they'll probably win it by 3 or 4 in the end. They'll just do enough. I think the Mills will come with the kitchen sink, but they'll probably just come up short in the end. I see the bridge by 3 or 4 points. I'd say.
That's it. So that's the conjunction of the two boys down here on the sideline. We hand you back to Sil and to Tommy in the commentary box.
Urging each other on here for the closing stages of this. We're back again live on Clare TV at the moment. Everybody going back. Sixmilebridge coming back onto the field down here to our right hand side, and O'Callaghan's Mills a huge 30 minutes here in the park at the moment, but the Bridge are 6 ahead at the moment, and your commentary compliments of Blossoms on the go. Joe Mullins coming back here to this side of the field. Rory McGann in the middle of the field at the moment. Let's see, is there changes on the side? We'll look around there very, very shortly. We can tell you that Colin Crehan has gone in, Sean Coher is there, and also Jacob Lucknan is there, Brian Dunn heading in, and also on the far side Aidan Fall still looking down into the middle of the field. This is a big moment. Niall Donovan moving across to the far side of the field. Sean Cotter, Mike Cotter is back here to our left hand side, and Sean is down at the other end where Conor Cooney is in the full back position. Rory McGann looking out, waiting for everybody to move off the field here for the second half of the county hurling final. Players out there in the middle of the field looking bare. Paddy Fitzpatrick back out there at the moment.
Yeah, no, I was just looking to see there who's picking up Aidan Fall. It looks like Cayman Morley has gone out to wing back, whether that's just a decoy. I was looking for Paddy Fitz, had been picking him up. Again,
Shane Morley looks like he's manning the centre half back position, but that's I would imagine, Brendan, only for the throw in.
You start with 6 forwards, you see, yeah. So he'll start there, but he'll drift back, wing back, and Cayman will slap back into the pocket, I'd imagine.
Again, looking back, Rory McGann, the referee, is moving across the field. We're trying to get a fast eye on what is actually happening. We know there's activity on the sideline.
He's moving the Hurley, the Hurley carriers. I think Keith. I think it's
Keith Walker.
He was up on the other hand, so he's actually gone around now, but.
Back
I suppose this is the year. This will be the year that we remembered of the official or the Hurley carrier appearing in places where he may not be or should be not be.
And again, looking back down here at the other end of the field, waiting for Keith to come all the way across the end of the goals at the moment. Roy McGann is not moving anywhere whatsoever. Let's see what's going to happen. But again, now we move back to the middle of the field. Everybody in their position, and again, 13 points to 7. O'Callaghan's Mills haven't won a title since 1937. The Bridge defending their title here in 2020. It's all to play for in the middle of the field, and Kieran Cooney is just mad to get into the action here, waiting for the throw in. It's in, and it's in right into the hands at the moment of Jason Lucknan for the Bridgemen, but it breaks to Kieran Cooney down along the line, down to Barry Fitzpatrick. Ball coming off his hand, coming off the stick, out over the line, and it's going to be a line ball right down here. Colin Crehan is going to leave it. He's going to stay in around the house at the moment. Now it's gone Gary Cooney that's going to be there, who's going to take this line ball from out. Let's see what's going to happen. Again, looking around there. Again, Sean Cotter moving away. It's going to be finally Jacob Lucknan that's going to take this one for the Millsmen. Let's see what's going to happen with this one. Can he land it in under the house? Sean Cotter running into the edge of the square. Noel Purser right on his shoulder at the moment. And again, the ball dribbles along the line. Picked up out there by Colin Crehan, trying to get through the centre. He has the free one. He's been fouled, and it's going to be a free in on the 45 metre line here. And it's going to be an opportunity for him to cut the deficit back to 5. He's going to leave it to Jacob Lucknan. He's going to place it on the 45 metre line as everybody moves away at this stage. It's a yellow card for Brian Carey.
I think I've made probably for maybe persistent or numerous fouling. I won't say persistent, but it's one too many.
Consecutive is called.
Right.
It's out to Jacob Loughnane.
That was the word I was looking for.
About to place this ball on the 45-metre line, dead straight in front of the goal. Every single puck of the ball will count for the O'Callaghan's Millsmen as Jacob Loughnane absolutely sends this one in. That's just incredible. It just comes completely off his stick, goes to the left of the goal. Tommy had it marked down, and so had half the county as well. But it goes to the left and it goes wide. Puck out from Derek Fahey.
I had Colin Crehan down for the score, not Jacob Loughnane.
Again, it's going to be coming up to the middle of the field. Let's go. Jacob goes up, right now, catches this ball, takes on the thunder, moving into the right hand side, now trying to get room to strike it, puts the ball on the stick. He's still going with it, challenged out here, brings the ball back. Kieran Cooney right, whips the ball back out to Sean Cotter. Sean Cotter from way out the field. It's high, it's dropping in, and it's landing over the bar. Sean Cotter came out from the full forward position, picked the ball up in the middle of the field. Good work, Kieran Cooney, and again sending it over the bar. 13 points to 8 on the scoreboard. 5 between them, Brendan.
Yeah, and they needed that score big time, especially after the free that was missed there by Jacob. So they need to take on a couple of more points.
Gary Fitzpatrick again over carrying the ball, and again it's going to be another free in for the O'Callaghan's Millsmen. Colin is making his way out to take this one inside the 45-metre line. Let's see what's going to happen. It's going to be about 40 metres out. It's going to be about 5 or 6 in from the sideline. His back will be to the seated stand here when he lines up the table. By the time he strikes this one, he'll be facing into it. Down to the goal, down to our right hand side. The old scoreboard end here. This is a huge free for Colin Crehan for the Mills as well. There's 5 between them, and again we leave it to him. It's high, it's going in, and again the ball goes right across the goal and it goes wide. Chances gonna be for the Millsmen at the crucial part of this start of the second half.
Yeah, and we spoke about the importance of the Mills getting a good start. There was 2 scoreable frees, and unfortunately now the Bridge on the counter attack.
And it's Alex Morey with the ball from way out the field. It's high over his shoulder, it's high, it's dropping in, and the umpire waves his hands as the ball goes to the right and it goes wide. Rory McGinn is back in there at the moment. Again, he's having a word with his umpire. The ball is going back in. It's a fast puck out and he's waiting for the final whistle. Killian Nugent goes back. He's getting ready to strike it down here. 3.5 minutes gone here in the second half. Your commentary compliments of our good friends at Blossoms on the Go at Centre Point in Hermitage, and to Shirley and all the gang up there. Greetings from our commentary position here in Cusick Park. It's been a busy county final. Again, waiting for those big scores. Will they arrive? Pam O'Reilly and Pat Donlan waiting for it, but again he's been blocked out as he sends the ball down to this side of the field. Noel Purcell tidies up out to Barry Fitzpatrick. Bridge on the attack. It should be Niall Donovan's. He whips the ball and breaks up that attack into the middle of the field. Now it comes out to Colin Crehan, taking it from Kieran Cooney, goes back to the ground. Paddy Fitzpatrick comes in, he gets it away, but is picked up by Brian Carey on the attack. Conor Henry comes in, breaks up the Bridge attack, back into the centre to Aidan O'Gorman. Now getting it out to Jacob Loughnane. Mills on the attack. What a congested area it is. Out to Aidan Fall. Aidan Fall trying to get room, goes to the ground, gets up, ball goes back to the ground, gets it back into his hand again. He's looking for support. He's surrounded by Bridge jerseys. He turns around, snaps the ball, and that's how you answer. That's how you answer a crowded half-back line from Aidan Fall. He just turned around, nobody around, and whipped the ball over the bar from inside the 65-metre line. It's 13 points to 9 in Cusick Park, and the clock will tell us almost 5 minutes gone, Brendan.
Yeah, a huge score from Aidan, and by God, had to work hard for that one. But Sixmilebridge seems to be persistent with Brian Carey and Colin Cregan, and he's on a yellow card still. So if I was the middle management, I'd be telling you, get the ball in good and hard, good and fast into Colin Cregan, especially out wide, so he can take on his man. And you never know.
Ball coming into the centre, one out there. Jacob Loughnane gets the ball now, tearing through the centre. He's still going, still work to do. Sells the dummy, ball comes back to the ground. Still desperately going, arriving is Sean Cotter, and Cotter strikes the ball and sends it over the bar once again. Coming on, right on in full blast, coming into the centre. Great run by Jacob Loughnane, but out there to pick up the loose pieces was Sean Cotter, and he slotted the ball over the bar. At the moment, it was 6 at half time. Now it's back to 3. and there's 5.5 minutes gone in this second half, Tom.
Yeah, I think the Mills management will be quite happy in that they've started well, albeit they missed the first 2 frees, but good work by the Mills forwards, forcing the turnover and super score by Sean Cotter.
Absolutely, ball dropping down into again. Jacob Lucknan is under that one, whips it out to Kieran Cooney. Kieran from out the field, it's high, it's dropping into the edge of the square. Derek Fahey watching the ball bounce out over the sideline. It goes to the right of the goal and it goes wide. Once again, Derek Fahey, all eyes on him as he looks around here to puck this ball out. Now it goes to the far side. It's a high ball. We saw the Intermediate Football Championship semi-final here earlier on today when it looked like Corofin were in a commanding position at half time, but again an outstanding second half of football from St. Joseph's Tour Bearfield. They captured the title on that occasion, but Alex Morey now racing over to the far side of the field. Is it a line ball? I'm not quite sure. Is it a free on the far side? Let's see what's going to happen. It's going to be a line ball.
Yeah.
It's going to be a line ball. This one will land in around the house. The man waiting inside for it, Jerry Cooney, back on the line. His brother Connor just outside that as well. Now gets the ball into the wide open space. It should be surely Jacob Lucknan, but Shane Morey arrives to get that ball up just ahead of him. Now he's room to strike from way out the field. A dangerous ball should be, and it is. Killian Nugent goes to the ground, but he has time to look up. Sends a brilliant ball right down the centre into the middle of the field. Back out the ball goes to Mike Cotter. Long ball from way out the field, dropping it into the space. Cayman Morey is there to tidy up and whip the ball out of the air, up along the line, looking for Alan Mulready. About to be challenged back there on the far side by Jerry Cooney, getting the ball into the centre. Again been fouled, and it's going to be a free on the far side of the field, and it's going to be a free for Sixmilebridge and Alex Morey. But at the moment it's 13-10, 7 minutes gone in the second half, Tom.
Yeah, he looked up there with that clearance. There was 3 Bridge defenders, 1 Mills attacker. I actually think the Mills are doing the Bridge a big favour. Colin Crehan, is out about 40 yards out from the goals. I think if the Mills are to be successful, they need to play him nearer to the goal because of the threat and because of his ability to finish. When you have 2 finishers in there, you should supply them. And the Mills, since they came out after half time, have the lion's share of possession. The Bridge yet to score.
It's going to be Alex Morey from way out the field. It's high, it's dropping in. The umpire coming out again over on the far side of the field. I didn't see any flags, nothing happening on the far side of the field. There's a Mills man down injured. He's going over. Roy McGann going over to last year's county final referee Niall Malone at the moment, and again running onto the field. Let's see what's going to happen. Again, that ball went in, Tommy. There was no indication of where it went.
I think it had gone. I think it went wide. I think because the way Anne-Marie McGann, the umpire, was looking. But what happened? My eye followed the ball. I think Niall Malone probably had the best view of it. Rory McGann is standing over the Mills player now. We'll just have to wait and see how it develops.
We will wait and see. Donald Cooney, one of the backroom men, of course, of the management team of O'Callaghan's Mills. He's over there having a word with Rory McGann at the moment. Niall Malone is still on the sideline. Everybody will be back. I think is it Aidan Fall that's down injured? He was down earlier on in the game. He's been picked up out there on the far side. Looking back here to our left-hand side, and again that ball on the far side. Now everybody trying to resume
play. I think
play.
it's a puck out. It's a puck out.
It is going to be a puck out from Killian Nugent back to the left hand side. 13 points to 10 it is here. 9 minutes gone in the second half. 21 plus additional time for the Canon Hamilton once again to be hoisted here in Cusack Park. It's won by Colin Crehan, whipping the ball around, but it's into Cayman Morey, who's all on his own, looking around there, switching play across to the far side of the field. Niall Donovan running into Carl Malone on the far side, but Malone putting the ball on the stick, driving forward, racing into it. Is an opportunity once again from the stick of Cathal Malone, landing the ball in, and the ball going straight over the bar. His 4th of the afternoon here in Cusack Park. The puck out is taken past this out to Patrick Donlan. Patrick Donlan whipping the ball down along the line at this stage, trying to run onto it. Jacob Lucknan being challenged by Pam O'Reilly in the middle of the field, still trying to win her. Conor Henry comes in. Pat Donlan arrives back up to assist, waiting for that ball right out to the middle of the field. Jason Lucknan is waiting for it, but it's Conor Henry that gets it for the O'Callaghan's Millsmen. Dangerous ball right into the centre, trying to get the ball into his hand. John Cotter trying to get the ball on the far side, still fighting tooth and nail to get that one, but still can't get the ball away. It rolls out of the melee, out to Alex Morey, whips it out to the far side, out to Cathal Malone. Again a long ball from way out the field, is dropping in. This one is going in, but it goes to the right of the goal and it goes wide. 14 points to 10 it is here in the park. The puck out is fast. It came out to Patrick Donlan, but he's been robbed by Alan Mulready. Alan Mulready having a pop from way out the field. It's dropping in. It's landing in, and it's landing straight over the bar from the stick of Alan Mulready, winning that ball from the puck out on that occasion. And again, the Bridge going back into a 5 points lead, 10.5 minutes gone, Brendan.
Yeah, look at still, the Bridge needed those 2 scores because, you know, the Mills have come out after half time, a completely different team, and lots of big players are stepping up from for the Mills, like, you know, the likes of Jacob Lucknan and Sean Cotter inside. But, you know, super score from Cathal Malone. We've seen time and time, you know, Malone drag the Bridge out of the fire, and, you know, the Bridge needed a score, and now Jamie's after tagging on another one.
And Jamie Shanahan from way out the field, it's high, it's dropping in, and it's landing over the bar. Jamie Shanahan's first of the afternoon, and Sixmilebridge leading 16 points to 10. That 6 point lead they had at half time. They're back on that 6 point lead. A blistering start from the Millsmen at this opening period of this first half. Once again, they go for it. Ball falls to the ground. Conor Henry trying to roll the ball into his hand. Why they could do with a Conor Henry goal right now in this game. He goes to the ground trying to release the ball into the middle of the field. Ball going no versus Rory McGann. It's going to be a throw ball right on the 65 metre line. Brian Donlan is out there waiting for it. Again, Sean Cotter is there as well. It's going to be thrown in right into the middle of the field. Everybody, Noel Purcell in there as well. The cousins are shoulder to shoulder as they're going for this throw in down to the middle of the field, and in full flight once again is Sean Cotter gone off with that ball, but he's been fouled, and there's going to be a free right on the 65 metre line at the moment, and it's going to be taken by Jacob Lucknan, who will be thrilled with the opportunity to once again, now it's at this stage of the game, Tommy, a little bit later, little bit earlier than the last time. These were the frees that brought the Mills into this county final against Ballyea on that occasion, and Jacob Lucknan was one of the players that stood over that. Now he's about to stand over another very, very important free. We'll stay with him for just a moment. He's just inches inside the 65 metre line here. Your commentary compliments of Blossoms on the go in Centre Point in Hermitage in Ennis. Jacob Lucknan about to strike this free for O'Callaghan's Mills. It's high, it's out the field, and once again the radar is in. Again he's landing the ball straight over the bar. It's back to 5 in the park, 16 points to 11, almost 13 minutes gone, Tommy.
Yeah, I think, you know, the Mills need to push on now to the water break, you know, because the Bridge will use all their experience, you know, how to slow down the game, not to allow the Mills get any momentum. So it's crucial now the Mills really push on, and more importantly put the scores on the board.
The ball going straight out over the line on the far side of the field. It's going to be a line ball. Looking back to the middle of the field, facing up to this one is going to be Kieran Cooney. Brian Curry right on his shoulder. Brian Dolan may picked up by Shane Morey on the far side. Now it's pipped into the centre. There's going to be changes down here on the sideline, but it's Cayman Morey coming away with this ball into the space that goes. Now it goes right behind, and Aidan Fall watches it go out over the line. Niall Donovan is placing the ball on the far side of the field himself, and Cousin Brian Donlan lined out with the Clare junior football team a few years ago under the stewardship of the one and only Joe Garry. That's about a decade ago, and again lining out for the Clare footballers. Into the middle of the field it goes. Brian Donlan linking up with Niall Donovan, looking up, trying to whip the ball out. He does that. Again placing the ball in the middle of the field, getting the ball right into the centre, but Noel Purcell again about to tidy it up close to the ground, being challenged out there outside by Sean Cotter. Now Sean Cotter almost getting the ball into his hand. Now it's back out, and it's on the attack to the middle of the field, and the ball taken back out of his hand by Noel Purcell to the far side of the field, back out to Jamie Shanahan. Jamie Shanahan looking up, Bridge on the attack, goes from one side of the field to the other. Patrick Donlan coming in there trying to get that ball away. Alex Morey trying to keep it in play. He gets it away. Conor Cooney going back trying to win the ball, and he does well. He gets the ball out to Patrick Donlan, who switches play back to this side of the field. Ball batted down into the wide open space, comes out to the middle of the field, out to Jason Lucknan. He's been fouled, free for the Bridge inside their own 65 metre line, with the clock telling us 14.5 minutes gone here in the second half, and it could very well be, it will be Alex Moy to take it. His brother Cayman was coming up to take it just a few moments ago, but Alex will land this very, very close to Kelly Nugent inside in the O'Callaghan's Mills goal. Let's see what's going to happen with this one. It's a long free. He's inside his own 65 metre line, a metre inside it, about to take it. Rory McGann, hands on the hips, or just on the semicircle at the other end of the field, now telling Alex Moy to come on, take the free. He's trying to move that ball away, now replacing it. Rory McGann looking right in towards the goal at the moment, and Joe Mullins there as well. It's Alex Morey from way out the field, and again the referee is called falling play back, and more than likely now what he's going to do is to move the ball up and again make that free just so much easier at the moment. And again, everybody been asked to move away. Now the ball moving up. Joe Mullins from the line coming in here at the moment, and it's going to be a free for Alex Morey. He was near his own 65. He's now on the O'Callaghan's Mill 65. He's dead straight in front of the goal. It's 16 points to 11. Let's see what happens. If he strikes this one, neatly strikes the ball in, sends it over the bar. A 17 points to 11. That 6-point lead is still here in Cusack Park with 15 and a half minutes gone here in the second half. The puck out dropping right down into the hands of Shane O'Morey, trying to tidy up. He does that up along the line. Ball going astray. Brian Donlan trying to whip the ball in, but it goes into the wide open space where Cayman Morey is trying to fill the space inside. Brian Carey gets it out to Paddy Fitzpatrick. Paddy Fitzpatrick along the line to Cathal Malone on the far side, about to be challenged out there by Kieran Cooney. Back into the centre to Noel Purcell to Jamie Shannon. Jamie Shannon back out to this side of the field to Jason Lucknan. Jason Lucknan strikes the ball in, but Killian Nugent, rock solid in the O'Callaghan's Mills goal. He wins that ball. He sends the ball down into the wide open space. Cayman Morey coming out, trying to get it. Colin Crehan gets it back into his hand, taking on the bridge defence, trying to strike it. He does that. Can he land this one over the bar? The ball goes in, but it goes to the right of the goal, and it goes wide. Water break about to arrive in the park with 16 and a half minutes gone. 17 points to 11, Brendan. There was 6 between them 16, 17 minutes ago. It's still between them now.
Yeah, still, yeah, and the Mills came out after half time and they've made a real game of it. They had it back to 3 points, but I suppose the Bridge do what the Bridge do best still, and there was no panic whatsoever, and they clawed back and got the last couple of scores of that quarter. So, I think the Bridge can be reasonably happy going into the last quarter, 6 ahead, and, there's no better team, I suppose, that can, see out a win, than Sixmilebridge.
Tommy, we know now that the Mills are not going to win this game without registering a green flag. It's very easy to see the pattern of play that's happening down there. They're going to need a green flag or two right now to pull this one out of the fire.
And that's easier said than done, because I think I just sense at the moment that the Mills are a bit frustrated. Their clearances, their distribution, it's rushed, it's hurried. There's no composure on the ball, as Brendan said. The Bridge are composed. That last effort, they worked the ball out from inside their own 21, without the Mills putting a hand on them. Okay, went sharp from Jason Lucknan, but they have that composure, they have the know-how, they have the experience. Again, the Mills know what they need to do, but have the ability to break down that Bridge defence and get a goal. This is it now. This is the last quarter. Getting to the final is great, but the Mills can't and shouldn't have any regrets. They have to go for it now.
Absolutely. 5-19 to 110. That's the score at full time in the Kilkenny Senior Hurling Championship. Right down under us, Davy Fitzgerald is below at the moment, urging the Sixmilebridge players on, and I'm sure Donnacha O'Donnell is doing likewise. As we look up here to the left hand side, Brendan, he's going to say to these lads, look at you, 15 minutes left here in the county hurling final. It's an extremely difficult place to get to. Make the very best of the last 15 minutes. It worked the last day.
Absolutely, Sil, and you know what, they found themselves in a similar position the last day against Ballier, and but what they were doing was they were converting their frees, and unfortunately, today they have left a couple of points out there, and missed a couple of frees. But I think the contribution of Cayman Morey still in the last 7 or 8 minutes of that quarter was absolutely huge, and he's grown and grown and grown into the game, and I often wonder, would the Mills be better, sacrificing a forward to pick up the likes of Cayman and, leave one of the other backs free, because he seems to have a huge influence, in the game, especially in the last quarter, and he had the same against Irogue.
Absolutely. Changes on the side. Jason Lucknan is off. Conor Deasy is on. Tommy, you were looking at another change. It's Sean O'Gorman that's on to the side. We'll keep an eye on that in just a few moments, but we'll stay with Derek Fahey, who's back on the goal line. The clock will tell us right now 19 minutes on it, 11 plus additional time, so as normal you can add in about 13-14 minutes left here in the county hurling title. Paddy Fitzpatrick is on the ball for the Sixmilebridge. Time to look around. Back to Derek Fahey it is at the moment as he looks around here, waving the ball out. Pam O'Reilly finds himself all on his own at this side of the field, about to pick it up, looking around here, placing the ball neatly into the pathway of Conor Deasy. Goes in behind. It should be surely Jerry Cooney's ball. He gets it into his hand, gets it out of danger, out to his brother Conor, coming out with that ball again, winning it, now looking up, trying to drive it. whipping the ball back into the centre to Conor Henry. Ball pops out of his hand. He gets the second opportunity as he looks around, but chased by Alan Mulready, still going strong, now running through the centre, still running through with the ball and looking for support, gets it into the wide open area. Ball is there to be won, challenged out there. Jamie Shanahan going back, Kieran Cooney waiting to run onto this one. Ball on the far side of the field, going nowhere at the moment. Says Rory McGann, and it's going to be a throw ball on the far side of the field here, and it's once again it's going to be a throw ball waiting for it just outside the 20-metre line. Scoreboard 17 points to 11 it is here, and of course the Callaghan's Mills well below their scoring average in this county final. They've been superb up to now, registering scores between 213, 217, 317 as well in the early rounds of this game. But it's Alan Mulready on the ball, looking up at the options, switches play from one side of the field to the other, looking for Shane Golden on the far side, placing this ball up. He gets it up, he whips the ball, a dangerous ball into the centre, but it's rock solid inside by Aidan O'Gorman, coming over that ball on the far side of the field, whipping the ball into the middle, into the attacking zone, out to Jacob Lucknan. Jacob coming onto this one, trying to get room to swing it, being challenged out there outside to the middle of the field by Pam already, but Paddy Fitzpatrick comes on, picks it up for the Bridgeman, driving through, looking for support. He's going to whip the ball out to the far side, running onto it, trying to pick it up by Shane Golden. He'll turn back onto his right, being challenged out there by Mike Cotter, now looking for room, gets it back to the middle of the field, back to Jamie Shanahan. Jamie Shanahan again picking the ball up, landing the ball in, and once again sending the ball straight over the bar. His second of the afternoon for Jamie Shanahan, and the Bridge go into a 7-point lead here, and once again it's going to be Killian Nugent gets the ball back out to this side of the field. He's picked up, he's trying to win that ball around. It's Colin Crehan in a dangerous ball inside to Brian Donlan. Brian Donlan has the ball on the 20-metre line, just couldn't get it into his hands. Cayman Morey is back, Shane Morey back defending. That was one of those moments, they're rare, but it was an opportunity. Colin Malone coming onto it, whipping the ball, winning the ball on the ground. Back to Pam Mulready, out to the middle of the field, trying to get the ball out. He does to Jamie Shanahan. Jamie Shanahan getting the ball across to the far side. Shane Golden heading for the corner flag. Can't keep that in play. Ball going out over the line, and it's going to be a line ball. 18 points to 11. 22 minutes gone here in the second half, and again the chances, the opportunities are rare, Tommy. That was one.
Yeah, Brian will be kicking himself. Had he collected that ball, maybe he'd have taken it on, goal chance on. At least probably the Bridge would probably have fouled and maybe a penalty, but unfortunately it's probably indicative of the Mills today. Just these small things going wrong for him.
Again, ball coming out to Cathal Malone, landing this one in, but the ball going out over the line to the left, and it's going wide. Killian Nugent is in a hurry to take this puck out. He's looking for O'Callaghan's Mills. He's looking for the green and gold jerseys around the middle of the field. They're there, but they're being marked out in the middle of the field, waiting for it. There's going to be changes coming onto the Mill side. Coming off is going to be Brian Donlan, and coming onto the side is going to be Cormac Murphy. That's coming on to the O'Callaghan's Mill side. Disappointment for Brian Donlan, as we said, captain this afternoon, but he doesn't mind if he gets the opportunity in the next 7, maybe 10 minutes to lift the cannon. Hamilton, there's a lot to be done to get to that stage at the moment for the Millsmen. Let's see what happens. The ball falls out. It picks up by Brian Carey. Great shoulder out there on the far side of the field, trying to get that ball away. The Millsmen still looking for control of it. Kieran Cooney striking that ball to the middle of the field, again blocked down. In it goes to Brian Corey. He tries to get the ball up. He does, moves it out of danger. It should be Patrick Donlan. He tidies up, and the former county captain out to the middle of the field, being picked up out there, and now it's being whipped out to the centre by Cormac Murphy, getting the ball in his hand, down along the line, on the attack, into the space that goes. Cayman Morey is there all day long. He bats the ball open. It's out to Colin Crehan. Crehan trying to go through the centre. He's still going through. He's still looking for the pass. Ball out to the far side of the field, and it just goes a pass, Sean Cotter, and it rolls out over the end line, and it goes wide. Those chances, every single one of those chances, Tommy, or Brendan, they're there, but they have to be taken.
They have to be taken, especially at this moment in the game. Anyway, still, it was a great run through by Colin, and just maybe Sean took his eye off at just the very last second. But they have had 2 goal chances, in this quarter. Brian had a great chance if he collected in the hand, but yeah.
Out to Jamie Shanahan. Jamie Shanahan in the middle of the field. A high ball heading towards Killian Nugent. It's dropping in, but the ball once again goes to the right of the goal as we look at it, and it goes wide. More changes than the O'Callaghan's Mill side. 24 and a half minutes gone here in this second half. The puck out from Killian Nugent down to this side of the field. Once again dropping this one down around the zone. Jacob Bucknan is there. He has the ball in his hand, coming right across, looking for support. Now he decides to take a beeline right through the centre. Ball taken out of his this stick, right by Jamie Shannon, falls into Pam O'Reilly. He whips it across. Great work out there by Kieran Cooney. He brings the ball down, but again he's been robbed in the middle of the field. Back out to Pam O'Reilly, out to Cathal Malone. Malone turns around, looks across to the far side of the field, looking and finding to the middle of the field. Out to again blocked down, trying to get that ball out to the far side of the field. Out it goes. Now it's about a strike from Shane Golden. Way out the field, it's high. It's dropping in, and the ball goes to the in and goes straight over the bar. The umpire inside is in no hurry as the ball landing straight over the bar from the stick of Shane Golden. More changes on the O'Callaghan's Mill side. Mike McGrath is coming on, and we'll keep an eye on just a minute to see who's coming off the side. 19 points to 11. The Bridgemen, of course, enjoying at the moment that 8-point lead, and what a disappointment. Kieran Cooney just coming off the side at the moment down here, and again all those players that played so well in the championship so far. Now the ball breaks to Aidan Fall. Aidan Fall gets the ball up. He knows he needs a green flag. He's still driving in. Fall a shot. Oh, the ball going into the side netting from Aidan Fall. He made a run right through. It was an opportunity. It was tight, but it hit the side netting, and the ball goes to the left and it goes wide. 19 points to 11 it is here. 4 minutes plus additional time left in the county senior hurling final as players limbering up down on the sideline. It's going to be Derek Fahey getting ready for the puck out again to this side of the field. Once again they're waiting for that breaking ball right under it at the moment. Ball goes right behind Conor Cooney into the zone. It goes picked up inside by his brother Jerry, trying to get that ball out. It whips into his hand, still trying to come over it, looking for support, gets it out into the middle of the field, and now once again the Millsmen are on the attack. Gary Cooney is on the ball again, trying to strike it. He does that, he strikes it, but again that one has gone across the goal and it goes wide. Again the Mills attacking left right, but the scores are not going on the board. It's still 19 points to 11 with almost 27 minutes gone second half, Tommy.
Yeah, and that's soul destroying. When you have possession, you're chasing the game, and the wrong side of the post, goal chances going astray. You can see just frustration, creeping into the Mills play, and it's desperate now with less than 5-6 minutes to go.
Cayman Morey whips in, takes that ball right from under the half-forward line, gets the ball across. Shane Morey running onto it, gets the ball back into his hand, now heading up to the line. Conor Henry is there, but again off the stick is Shane Morey going to the left and wide. 19-11, that's the scoreboard. Sixmilebridge leading by 8. 27 minutes gone here, looking across to the far side of the field. Rory McGann is there, Niall Malone just on the far side. That gives me an opportunity to tell you that the RNLI Clare Lifeboat Appeal will be launched at Blackhead Lighthouse on Monday, that's tomorrow week, October the 5th, by Ellen Glynn and Sarah Feeney, the two girls rescued off this year in the Arden Islands. Also attending will be Shelley and John Galvin from the Clare Champion and Trish Ryan from the RNLI. So greetings there, of course, to the one and only. It's going to be Joe Queely, the man that keeps us informed all the time. Rory Shanahan is coming on to the Sixmilebridge side here at the moment, right down under us. We'll keep an eye on that. And coming off is Alan Mulready.
Yeah, Rory has been away. I suppose he's coming back, and maybe the victim of the COVID-19. He was away, and he was a super hurler back in the day. He has made a short appearance before, but he's going to get his county final appearance for Alan Mulready.
28 minutes gone, 2 minutes plus additional time left here. Back here to our left hand side, it's going to be Killian Nugent with the puck out to this side of the field. Once again, trying to build all the way from the back. It's going to be Jerry Cooney. Jerry Cooney driving the ball down into the zone, going up with Aidan Fall, trying to get that ball. Jamie Shannon back there as well, out to the far side of the field. Ball goes. Again, the referee calling the play. It's going to be a throw ball, it looks like. It's going to maybe a throw ball or a throw ball one way or the other, throw in by the referee. We'll see what happens. Jamie Shanahan on his knees on the sideline, and Barry Fitzpatrick is the man handing the ball to Rory McGann, and again going in for waiting for this throw in. Jacob McGann and Shane Morey facing up to Rory McGann, the referee. Everybody getting the helmets back on at the moment, and we're into the closing stages of this county hurling final as the ball goes into the middle of the field, still trying to win that ball. Conor Henry wins it for O'Callaghan's Mills, coming across to this side of the field and trying to get that ball away. He's been whipped, and it's won the free, and it's going to be a free in once again for the O'Callaghan's Mills men. 19-11 on the scoreboard, 29 minutes, 1 minute plus additional time left in the county hurling final. It's going to be a free. Colin Crehan is going to stand over it. He has to land it in around the house. It's going to be difficult. Cayman Morey inside at the right hand side of Derek Fahey on the goal line, waiting for the ball. Sean Cotter is inside in the edge of the square. Colin Crehan, he's in two minds exactly now what to do. He's looking back up along the sideline. He he surely has to drop it in around the house at this particular stage. Let's see what's going to happen. Players making the run. Can he whip this one in? He does, right into the centre of the goal. Ball coming across. Conor Deasy coming up with that one. He's been fouled, and it's going to be a free once again. He's looking for a new stake, a free out from the 13-metre line, Brendan, and at this stage it's a mountain to climb for O'Callaghan's Mills.
Yeah, still it more than likely is. But look, at fair play to the Mills. They come out in the second half and they made a game of it, and they never give up. They fought right to the very, very end. But it's just so hard to score a goal against this Sixmilebridge defence. And they had their chances. They had 3 chances here in the second half, and you just have to be taking them if they're going to be in with a shout. But fair play to them. They haven't given up.
Their chances they've taken all the year. There's 4 minutes of additional time here, and again the ball going from one side of the field to the other, out over the line. Line ball for the Millsmen on the far side of the field, and they're in a hurry. 4 minutes of additional time here, and we're 30 seconds into that at the moment for the Millsmen. 1937 since they won their last county senior hurling title, and again looking back here, a battle here in the park. The ball comes out, it goes to Shane O'Morey. Shane O'Morey putting the ball on the stick, whipping it into Conor Deasy. Conor Deasy has time to look around, and he'll pop this one in and sends the ball over the bar, running into the space, the wide open space. Shane O'Morey, the man picking up the ball, and Conor Deasy, the man that finished it. 20 points to 11 here in Cusack Park. 3 minutes left here. Ball comes out to Aidan O'Gorman. He's looking around. He has time to strike it into the place it goes. Gary Cooney coming over, trying to get control of it. Does on the second occasion. Turning around here, gets it back to the middle of the field. Again, that ball been rolled back. It's been won back by the middle of it, but still the Mills have on to it, holding on to it. It's Sean Cotter to the far side. He's trying to get the ball through. Now it's Aidan O'Gorman. Aidan O'Gorman trying to dance into positions. Paddy Fitzpatrick is there, but it's been fouled. A free in for O'Callaghan's Mill just on the 20-metre line, and this time it probably will be, let's see, will it be Jacob Lucknane, maybe a Colin Grehan, and this time there'll be no passing the ball in. He'll have to go for the goal on this occasion, Tommy.
Yeah, and I'd say, will it be Jacob Lucknane will go for it, or is it well, they're looking around, they're not exactly sure what they're doing. That Gary Cooney is, no, Jacob Lucknane is coming out. Yeah, look at a goal. There's 4 minutes. I think
Rory McGann is running off the field at the moment. He's running in, and again he's looking back. Donald Cooney has been sent off the field right down in front of it at the moment, and Rory McGann just opening the gate, just letting him in, and again moving back in. It's going to be a free in. Jacob McGann is the man that's going to take it. He's about 30 metres out. He's going to try and blaze this one into the goal. He doesn't really have a choice. Now Jacob McGann with the opportunity. It's low, it's hard, it's dribbled in, but it's blocked out to this side of the field. Cathal Malone is back defending on the inline, trying to win this ball, coming back out. Now he has room to strike it. Been challenged out there in the middle of the field. Great work back there from Cormac Murphy. He's trying to win that ball. He's still trying to win it for the Millsmen. Back on the line, but Cayman Moore is the man that gets it, scoops the ball out. Paddy Fitzpatrick is there, picks the ball up and about to clear his lines, and about to be challenged by Aidan O'Gorman. Gets it back to Derek Fahey. Derek Fahey being blocked. The ball going to the line on the far side, very close to the line. Paddy Fitzpatrick has work to do. Still trying to get that ball coming in along the line. It's going to be a free and a bit of let's just say overplaying the ball inside at the moment. It's going to be a free in. Colin, let's see who's going. It's going to be Jacob again that's going to try and blaze this one into the back of the net. The clock will tell us at the moment we're into the final minute of this game. 33 minutes and 10 seconds gone. Jacob then about to strike this one. It was 13 points to 7 at half time. Now the field is taken fast out to the far side, still trying to drive that ball is Aidan Fall. Kicks the ball in, sends it over the bar, and again just from the boot of Aidan Fall. 20 points to 12. That's the score here. 33 and a half minutes gone here, and it's going to be the poke from Derek Fahey, Brendan, but it's looking odds on now the Bridge are about to pick up their 15 county title.
I think so, Sil, yeah, and it was a big year for the Bridge. They hadn't done back-to-back in a couple of years. I think it was 92, 93 the last time they'd done it, so to do back-to-back nowadays is an extraordinary achievement, and they'll all be delighted down the Bridge.
Rocky is the man that tied it up. Conor Cooney at fullback, sending it out to the far side of the field. Again the ball's out to Colin Crehan. Crehan heading for the goal, challenged by Shane O'Morey. He's still going in. The ball again falling out of his stick, and it's going to be tidied up. Good work, Brian Carey back there. Shane O'Morey picks it up to Cathal Malone. Cathal Malone is in the centre. Conor Deasy lining up making assistance, making himself available, looking across. Jamie Shannon, he looks up, great ball. Pat Donlan just getting the stick in there in time. Jacob Buchanan right, he's still trying to drive the Mills through, but he's been fouled, and it's going to be a free about 55 out, dead straight in front of the goal. The Mills are in a hurry. There's a yellow card, I think, for Conor Deasy. It's a free. It's about to be taken fast. Colin Crehan once again going out. Again, he'll try and lend this one in around the house at the moment. About to nip this one outside, about 48 metres out, dead straight in front of the goal here, and about to lend this one in around the house at the moment. Let's see what happens. He does that into the edge of the square, batted out. It comes out to Pat Donlan. Pat Donlan blocked down by Shane O'Morey, out to Conor Henry. Conor Henry about to turn on to his right, again blocked down by Shane O'Morey, coming back to this side of the field, twisting and turning, again trying to get it back. Sean Cotter, a shot, he's blocked down by Noel Purcell, gets the ball away very close to the line, but is tidied up by Noel Purcell. Coming out with this ball into the centre goes to Alex Morey, back defending. The referee blows the full-time whistle here in Cusick Park, and Sixmilebridge County Hurling champions of 2020 here, and with a scoreline of 20 points to 12, Tommy.
Yeah, and I think fully justified, I mean, try as they might, I think, the Mills ran out of probably ideas there for a finish there. They were lobbing in frees, and it was coming back like you're hitting the ball off a wall there. The Bridge had loads of defenders back. But I think it's a game that the Mills will regret. They had the goal chances, they had kind of wides, they had shots into the keeper. I know they haven't been in a final in a while. When you get those chances, particularly against Sixmilebridge, who don't give away too many chances, you must take them. The Bridge had the cushion of that lead all the time, and they were quite happy just to keep the scoreboard ticking over from a distance. They were comfortable at the back and efficient up front, and I suppose, from any management's point of view, that's all you're looking for.
There's no doubt, Brendan, to say, to lose a final is a very disappointing thing, but to know that you played below par, without doubt, is even adding to the disappointment, and that's even a bigger disappointment in many ways. You feel you got a crack at it, you didn't make your best effort from it for no particular reason, but the Mills are way better than this.
Yeah, still, and they proved it in the semi-final, they proved it in the quarter-final, they proved it against Crusheen as well in the first round. They are a better team than the Mills team we've seen here today, but look, it's a county final, and Sixmilebridge don't lose too many county finals, and I suppose if you're scripting today's game still before the game, it kind of went according to plan. Sixmilebridge have scored around the 20-point mark all season. They haven't scored a goal, and they've conceded around the 13-14 point mark. Against ourselves it was 20 points to 113. Against Brawford, I think Brawford scored around 13 or 14 as well. They scored 21 or 2. It kind of, it was a classic Sixmilebridge performance, with the style that they've played all year, and we're just seeing the exact same thing here today. But, each of those Mills players, to think this time last year, as I said before the game, still they were in a relegation final, and to think, 12 months later, they're contesting a county final. There's great credit due to the club, and, they'll be back next year, and I've no doubt that they'll be, contesting the latter stages of the championship as well, because they have young, good players coming through. You've seen young Murphy coming on there. He's an exceptional talent coming through, and they have one or two coming onto the team every year.
Yeah, absolutely, Tommy. They will learn from this. The most important thing of all now is to stay focused. I know that it won't count tonight for them, but to stay focused on keeping that group together, because we have seen some fantastic hurling from them in 2020.
Yeah, and again, develop a game plan maybe, or a plan B, to work these systems, because the modern game of hurling isn't played conventional 15 on 15 anymore, and I think you have to be tactically aware and tactically astute. I think sometimes we underestimate the experience that the Bridge have, particularly in defence, where, to the onlookers up here, you'll say, maybe there's a weakness here or a weakness there. To date, they haven't been exposed back there. They have lots of bodies, and, Erogue in the semi-final did the same. The Mills created chances, but just couldn't put them away today, and, the Mills will live to regret that. Yes, they will learn, but it's a long road back to the final.
Absolutely. Looking down here on the field, Sixmilebridge moving back in to the presentation podium, where the chairman of the county board, Joe Cooney, is down there just addressing the crowd very, very shortly, as Derek Fahey and Shane Golden getting ready to come up the steps of Cusick Park. From a Sixmilebridge point of view, Brendan, a polished performance, no doubt about that.
Yeah, exactly. All you have to do is beat, the opposition that's put in front of you, and they've done that there today. But I thought, some of the hurling they played was exceptional. The use of the crossfield ball especially, I thought was really, really good today, and something that obviously had worked on, the last couple of weeks. And you've seen glimpses of it against your Rogue, but you're seeing a lot more of it there today. And some of the point scoring, the shooting was exceptional. And players like Cathal Malone again. Cathal was excellent in the second half as well. Got 3 points in the first half. Brian Corrie, Alan Mull, Jamie chipped in with 2 there as well in the second half. Alex always, ever reliable from the frees, and Paddy had a great game from wing back and came out exceptional in the sweeper role. So all credit to the Bridge.
We'll hand over now to the chairman of the county board, Joe Cooney, at the moment, and addressing the players down here in front of us.
second year in a row. And again, I just want to say thanks very much for all the effort you put in all through the championship last year and this year to help us go back to back. So just in the back room, like the boy DC, Clare, Adrian Hogan as well. Just thanks very much to yourselves for all your efforts through the years. And I'd just like to thank as well, just in terms of our setup with the training, BC, Adrian Hogan, Declan Murphy, and over that side. And I'd also like to thank, from our hurling point of view, I'd like to thank Saoirse, Colton, the man himself, David Fitz, and our manager, Tim Crowe as well. Thanks very much, lads. And Mark Conlon as well. I'd also like to thank Timmy as well. He's up down to Dublin there full time, and I know I can't forget Timmy, so thanks Timmy as well. I'd also like to thank Doc Wynn and Helen as well for looking after us and keeping us on the pitch too, so thanks very much to them as well. Just like to say as well to the Bridge crowd, it's great to see the 100 or so, plus or minus, that are alive today. You're a great support. You have been great support all last year, and you've been a great support this year today as well, so it's great to see you and great to do it for you again. So well done, thanks very much for being with us. Just want to say as well to our loyal sponsor, down 2 years, Dominic Murphy, you've been great with chatting position, anything you want, anything you need, Dom is there. So again, Dom chatting position, thanks a million for all the help as well. Once again, we're looking at us today and 3 years for the Bills. Take him. Take him. Take him. Up the bridge.